What's up with y'all? I probably should have ironed this shirt. It looked good when I was wearing it in the mirror. It don't matter. I don't know, man. They've been killing these live streams lately, but it still don't matter. What up? What up? I probably shouldn't have went this late on the Sunday night, but we can't be beat because all I'm gonna do is put this on my second page. We don't have a good turnout. I'm just going to present this. The people that are on here, we'll do the Donald Trump friend or foe, and we'll take it from there. If we get enough people on this live stream, I actually put the link up. And if any of y'all want to talk in favor of Donald Trump, y'all can come up here. And if y'all want to talk against Donald Trump, y'all can come up here. I have to get a drop for this series because the last drop I got, I don't know, man. They trying to strike my page and shit, so I can't use that drop. I gotta get a new drop. Anyway, for those of y'all that are not familiar, a lot of I realized since the last time I did friend or foe, I've doubled my subscriber base because so most of y'all don't even know what friend or foe is. It's a little segment we should do over here where we go through some highs and lows for a particular person, idea, people, places, and things, ideas, all sorts of things. We go through the highs and lows and how it relates to our community. And we decide if it's a friend or a foe. Now, this is the second time I put up a poll for me to restart this up. Who did y'all want me to start it up on? And y'all said Trump. We already did Trump before, but y'all voted. Y'all wanted to do Trump again. So I can't go through every possible high or low moment for Donald Trump because this shit would be like, first of all, we already did it before, but it would be like 4 or 5 hours. So I'm going to go through some of the biggest moments, I guess you could say positive and negative for Donald Trump, and then we'll just take it from there. If there's a moment that y'all thinking I'm missing out on, all you got to do is tell me the video title and description, and I'll pull it up and play it. But these are just what's up with you, Medusa? These are just moments that I personally handpicked that I thought were pretty big, either positive or negative for our community. Y'all might remember some better ones. Just let me know. So anyway, let's get this going. I think it's probably best to start off with this right here. I think this was for me, this was a huge moment right here. Because this was real. Let's not ever, well, I'm not gonna ever forget that most of us did not take this man serious, point blank, period. Most of us did not take this man serious. Even when you did take this man serious, none of us really thought that he was gonna actually win. I started taking him serious when he started talking about that wall. I'm never gonna forget the moment for myself. I was living in LA and all that, and you know, I'm going to start backing off of racially sensitive topics on my page a little bit, but let's just not be quiet about it. There's a serious black and brown issue in Los Angeles. Like I've lived there most of my life in LA, more than New York City. So if anybody noticed, I noticed, right? And for whatever reason, in my mind, that it caused it. I remember I was cleaning up my apartment. I was staying in Hollywood. I was cleaning up my apartment, and I remember I was vacuuming, and I heard him say, "You know what? If I get elected, I will build a wall." And I was like, "Wait a minute, did he really say this?" I turned the vacuum off, and I remember I started watching. But anyway, just to get straight to the point, this was like one of Trump's biggest moments here. I think he was just as shocked. He looked just as shocked as we looked that he actually won. And also, let me give y'all some disclaimers that I'm going to have to mention throughout this let me give y'all some disclaimers, man, that I'm gonna have to mention throughout this live stream. All right. This is friend or foe. So especially if I don't put up the link and nobody calls in, whatever, I'm going to be sharing opinions from both sides myself and leave it up. Even for the replay, I guess I'll leave it up for the replay for people to decide if Donald Trump is a friend or foe. If you have to know, because you know, no offense, I feel like definitely online has gotten real, I don't know, real frugal, fragile, if you want to say it, where people have to know who you're voting for to judge you, or you have to pick a side or something like that. And I'm just gonna tell y'all right now, I've already lost in the election. My candidate has already lost, which is no one. No one really deserves. I may vote for Jill Stein. I don't know, but I probably won't vote this year. I voted every election my whole life. This might be the first one I haven't voted for. I'm not, but I don't think either one of these people deserve my vote. All right. So uh this is for y'all mainly. It's more for y'all than it is for me. Damn, I think what's happening is it's double streaming. I probably need to stop double streaming on here. Let me see if I can. No, I can't take. Let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna take the second. I'm gonna take my second page stream down, and yeah, I'm gonna take my second. I'm gonna take the second stream down. Let's see. That'll probably be better. Save changes. Damn. Soon as I did that, that shit jumped up. All right. I still may upload this to the second page. As soon as I did that, the shit jumped right on up. I knew that's what it was. I have to stop streaming to both pages at one time. That's a lesson learned now. This is the weakest election as far as candidates ever, my opinion. Yeah, I agree. This is a very weak election. I totally agree on that. So let's go. Basically what I'm saying is I don't have no dog in this fight. So I've already been dealing with comments. Oh, I can't believe you're for her. I can't believe you're for him. Even if I was, it don't matter. Everybody got their opinion on who they want to vote for. That's you know, our freedom of speech and our right. But the truth of the matter is I can't stand this election. So I have nobody. I have nobody. Yeah, I took down the link. I took down the second live stream. I'm just gonna stream on this one, and more than likely you'll be able to catch this on my second page when I'm done streaming it here. I'm just gonna upload it to the second page. All right, so let's go. Let's get back to where we was at. This is the moment where could nobody deny this guy was actually serious. For me, this was a weird moment. I don't care what you say. This guy does not look confident right here to me. He just doesn't. He looks like he's in as much as shock as we are, as I was. But this is, I'm never gonna forget this moment.
Well, I just had the opportunity to have an excellent conversation with President-elect Trump. It was wide-ranging. We talked about some of the organizational issues in setting up the White House. We talked about foreign policy. We talked about domestic policy. And as I said last night, my number one priority in the coming 2 months is to try to facilitate a transition that ensures our president-elect is successful.
Now, he has a very stern look on his face. It's kind of hard to really gauge totally this man's look. He's not really in disarray. I'm not gonna go into a long tirade about it, but he had a big hand in Donald Trump winning that first election. It was Barack Obama who allowed the FBI to make a speech. He could have totally stopped it. To make a speech 2 days before the election that Hillary was being investigated for these emails. And I, to this day, believe he did it because she underhanded him his whole term. She undermined him his whole term. When he when she was Secretary of State and when she wasn't Secretary of State. Same party. It was I think the best way to describe Hillary Clinton is Susan B. Anthony. She's a racist feminist bitch. And no offense to y'all feminists out there, I don't give a fuck about that movement. It's a very it's white supremacy in America. From feminism, millions of black babies are gone. They put in a lot of money in putting abortion clinics in black neighborhoods. And I don't care if any of you feminists are up in arms at me saying this right now, because it's not its opinion, it's a fact. Margaret Sanger basically said, but she said one of the reasons she created parent Planned is to get rid of the black babies. They're weed to this community. That's you don't have to agree with me. You don't have to like me even putting that out there, but that's a fact. That's a fact. So that whole organization was built mostly on destroying black fetuses and black families, right? So I think Hillary Clinton is a direct descendant of that spirituality, that white female spirituality. Once I figured this out, I've never supported feminism. I love women. I don't think any man should be putting their hands on women. I've never put my hands on a woman. All right. Just to put that out there, there's no woman out there that can say I've done anything foul against them. Period. All right. And I've dealt with many white women, and I had consent. It's to the point with them motherfuckers. I got consent packets on them. So if any of them ever came out, they'll be destroyed. Anyway, I'm not about to get into that long shit. But that is a real conversation. It's a real conversation. So I'm kind of happy he did what he did. As far as Obama kind of shitting on Planned Parenthood, bro. Yeah, you got it. I got 40 things going on right now. My fault, but I said Parenthood. There's something like that. Yeah. Planned Parenthood. You got it. Yeah. But I know the name Margaret Sanger. I definitely got that right. But anyway, I'm kind of happy Barack Obama did that to her. But he definitely helped Donald Trump become president. Whether he ever wanted to, of course, he will never admit that. But just the moves he allowed to be made definitely helped Trump in those final hours before. That was the October surprise, believe it or not. That was the October surprise, Hillary and those emails. And he totally allowed it to go down. Another fun fact of that backstory is his team told Hillary in particular what county she needed to work on the last couple of weeks. And she totally ignored it. And when they looked at the data and what counties, not states, what counties that she needed, it pinpointed directly to what Obama told her she needed to focus on. So, hey, who gives a fuck, right?
And I have been very encouraged by the, I think, interest in President-elect Trump wanting to work with my team around many of the issues that this great country faces. And I believe that it is important for all of us, regardless of party and regardless of political preferences, to now come together, work together to deal with the many challenges that we face. And in the meantime, Michelle has had a chance to.
You can barely hear this man. They just getting so many clicks at this. This is an unbelievable moment. It's an unbelievable moment. I remember this moment. It was definitely unbelievable. I mean, wait till we get to Trump. He can't believe this shit.
The incoming First Lady, and we had an excellent conversation with her as well. And we want to make sure that they feel welcome as they prepare to make this transition. And most of all, I want to emphasize to you, Mr. President-elect, that we now are going to want to do everything we can to help you succeed, because if you succeed, then the country succeeds.
I'm gonna say, as far as sanity, whether we like Obama or not, for me, as far as sanity, as slithering as a snake that Obama was, I think for me that was the last time we had straight up sanity in the White House. And what I mean by that is notice his cadence and notice how slow he talks. Like if you ever hear me go on other YouTuber pages and debate or whatever, I talk the same way. You have to talk very slow. Like on here, this is my page, so I can talk kind of fast. Like I just fucked up a name like that I know, Planned Parenthood. I had my mind on other shit and I fucked it up. I can't do that on somebody else's page, right? So you have to be focused and talk very slow. I said all that to say that's how the president has to talk. Trump don't talk like that. He goes off the rails on shit. And you know, I'm just gonna be real with you. This shit has cost people lives. When he went off the rail about that hydrochloroquine, he went off the rail on that. And I know he didn't mean it the way people took it, but I don't think the dude at that time really understood the power of being a president. You can say something in a joking manner, but if you don't say it right, people will take that serious. So when he said that shit about the hydrochloroquine, I kind of got what he was saying, even though, yeah, I'm not stupid enough to go actually shoot myself up with hydrochloroquine. But there were some people in the trailer parks, not even dogging folks out, but there were some people in the trailer parks that went and shot themselves up with hydrochloroquine and died. So it is a position where you have to have some type of you have to have some type of resistance and you have to have some type of discipline against yourself and just talking off the rails. You can't just be out there just talking like that. If you hear Obama on certain podcasts, he talks a little bit faster and he's not president now, so he has a little bit of freedom. But that's why he talks so slow and he's really scanning every word that comes out of his mouth so he don't say something stupid. But anyway, saying about Obama, look at this shit right here. Look at it. Look at this picture right here. That was a perfect still to stop it at right here. That was a perfect still to stop it at. Also, I have to also give Barack Obama some points here because, and this really don't deserve any points. It don't. But it's fucked up we're in a world where it does deserve points. Where his party lost and he's handing over the keys to the White House. Trump didn't even want to do this. And I'm just going to say on some man shit is disrespectful. But let's keep going.
Well, thank you very much, President Obama.
He is not confident at all. Now, this ain't no fact what I'm about to say all the way. It's a fact that they did find out it was Russian interference in that election, right? My opinion is I think he kind of knew that and didn't expect to win this. You know, I think they do cheat in elections. First of all, I don't think these people are actually elected. But if you're going to talk about these elections are real, then yeah, maybe there is some cheating. I don't think that they're real. I think these people are selected. I don't believe you can believe in both. Can't believe the elections are real, but these people are selected. That makes no sense. But I believe these people are selected. I do. If you believe these elections are real, then I don't see why they wouldn't be cheating in it. And I don't see why he wouldn't be cheating along with everyone else. But he don't look confident right here. You can look at the body language. He's sort of in shock, just like we were.
And the country succeeds.
It's not the same body language he has now. That's a fact. It's not the same body language or facial expressions he has now. Very amateurish.
Well, thank you very much, President Obama. This was a meeting that was going to last for maybe 10 or 15 minutes, and we were just going to get to know each other. We had never met each other.
He all giddy. He's all giddy.
Great respect. The meeting lasted for almost an hour and a half, and it could have, as far as I'm concerned, it could have gone on for a lot longer. We really, we discussed a lot of different situations, some wonderful and some difficulties. I very much look forward to dealing with the president in the future, including counsel. He's explained some of the difficulties, some of the high-flying assets, and some of the really great things that have been achieved. So, Mr. President, it was a great honor being with you, and I look forward to being with you many, many more times in the future. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everybody. We are not going to be taking any questions. Thank you, guys. Thank you. This is a good rule. Don't answer questions when they just start.
Now, let's take one step back. Let's go to what really got him here. Let's go to what got him here. This is what got him here. And I'm not going to lie, these are some of my favorite moments. These are some of my favorite moments of Donald Trump. Actually, after this, I'm going to show y'all my personal favorite moment with Donald Trump. Oh, man. I put it like this. There is a comedic side of Moxy that's a fan of Donald Trump. Not political. You know, I talk about politics and talk about comedy over here. I'm talking about hip hop. The comedy side of Moxy is definitely a Trump fan. And some of the stuff I'm about to show you here is what actually made me a fan of his. Yeah, I'm not even going to front. And some of the stuff here is a fan. Not a supporter, a fan.
She wants open borders. Now we can talk about Putin. I don't know Putin. He said nice things about me. If we got along well, that would be good.
Well, that's because he'd rather have a puppet as president of the United States.
No puppet.
And it's pretty clear.
You're the puppet.
It's absolutely.
She doesn't like Putin because Putin has outsmarted her at every step of the way. Excuse me. She's been proven to be a liar.
This motherfucker pointed at the interviewer. This motherfucker pointed at the interviewer. He said, excuse me. Like, yo, wait a minute. Yo, he pointed at the interviewer like, what the fuck? Excuse me. He told the interviewer, excuse me. He a beast.
At every
This is when he was much younger, much more vibrant. He ain't the same no more. He's just like the disrespect he does, just like he disrespecting just the disrespect now. It was more organic back here. It's more organic. It was almost so let me show you this shit. Y'all used to this type of shit. Fuck all that, man. Tell this bitch what's up. Like, that's the kind of
nasty.
I'm tired of y'all let these hoes talk to y'all any kind of way. Like, this the way he came in.
Absolutely.
She doesn't like Putin because Putin has outsmarted her at every step of the way. Excuse me. She's been proven to be a liar on so many different ways. This is just another lie. Excuse me. My turn. Such a nasty one.
It's my turn. I'm sorry. Oh, Hogan said, stop. My turn. Yo, this is a fire comedy reel.
Excuse me.
His shit better than my comedy reel. He telling motherfuckers, excuse me, my turn. Can you imagine if a black candidate came and did some shit like that? You think people hate Kamala now? What if Kamala Harris came in doing some shit like that? I'm sorry, man. We got to keep the same energy, man. What if Kamala Harris came doing shit like that? And she sort of can be like that when she was that district attorney. She was sort of like that, and when she was a senator, she was sort of like that. But she hasn't been bringing that, as far as to this campaign. I think she would lose horribly being like that. But he's allowed to come like this.
Different ways. This is just another lie. Excuse me. My turn.
Such a nasty trust fund. He held a number of big rallies where he said that he could not possibly have done those things to those women because they were not attractive enough for
I did
them
not say
to be assaulted.
Bars.
Nasty.
Bars. I ain't gonna lie, that's not appropriate to say. It's not. But real men know what the fuck is going on right there. It's basically like, yo, you think I'm do you really think I had to do that to this ugly bitch? I kind of, man, look.
Nasty.
That kind of reminds me of what Mike Tyson said. I ain't gonna front. Remember when this is when I knew Mike Tyson was not guilty. I don't care what anybody say. And I'm not the only one that said this. This is when I knew Mike Tyson was not guilty on that charge he had. When they asked him afterwards, after he did the time and everything, he got out. They said, Mike, do you regret that night that you had with that woman that sent you to jail? Do you regret it? He said, yeah, I regret it. I really wish that I actually R-word the broad. So at least he said, I didn't get nothing out of it that night. And I had to do the time. That is a man that is not guilty. That's the man that's not guilty. He said, yes, if I could go back, I wish I would have actually did it. I mean, I served the time for it. You can't convince me somebody that's actually says something like that after doing time for it is guilty. But anyway, man, this is pure comedy gold. It's pure comedy gold.
He could not possibly have done those things to those women because they were not attractive enough for
I did not
them
say
to be
that.
assaulted.
I did not say that.
In fact, he went on to say,
but did not say that.
It's her 2 minutes.
the
I understand. And the
discussion,
specific
you-
question went to pay for play. Do you want to talk about that?
Well, I think, look,
but there is
I think
no
that it's
evidence,
been
but
very
there
well
is,
studied.
there is a lot of
It's
evidence
been very
about
well
the
studied.
very good work
And it's a
and the
criminal
high
enterprise,
rankings that
and
the
so many
Please
people
let
know
Mr.
it.
Trump speak.
It's a
have gotten
criminal
for their work.
enterprise. Let me just explain.
No,
All
but
of her
we heard
donors,
this.
most of her donors
Mr.
have
Trump,
done the same thing as I did.
okay.
Well,
And
in
you know what
fact,
she should have done?
Folks, we heard
And
this.
you know, Hillary, what you should have done?
There was even a time when he didn't get an Emmy for his TV program 3 years in a row, and he started tweeting that the Emmys were rigged.
Should have gotten it.
He always is looking for some
Chris, we don't
conspiracy.
gain
He
anything.
has all these
Iran is taking
conspiracy
over Iraq.
theories.
Secretary Clinton.
And
Iran
his-
is
his
taking over Iraq.
conspiracy
We don't gain
theories,
anything.
Secretary
which
Clinton.
he's been
We would have
spewing
gained
out
if they did it
for
by surprise.
quite
Wait.
some time.
Secretary Clinton, it's
He
an open
says
discussion.
he says
We
Secretary,
would have gained
Now,
if they did it by
Secretary,
surprise.
please
They-
let.
They both just sitting here just rambling and talking. This is just fucking crazy, Mike. But even in their debauchery, this shit is just, they're totally different. This man is speaking at what she is saying, and she's just fucking talking like a robot right here. She's just talking like a robot right here. She's not even real, even in the essence of arguing.
Mr. Trump speak.
He's unfit,
Go ahead.
and he proves it every
No,
time.
you
he
are the
talks.
one that's unfit.
Secretary Clinton, hold on just
She did almost have a seizure. Man, let me shut up.
a moment, folks.
She almost had a seizure. They caught it on camera. All right.
Secretary Clinton, Mr. Trump, I want to thank you both for participating.
Now, she, to this day, she says that America owes her, that we stole stole her time or something like that. Yo, Hillary Clinton is my most, I have disdain for her more than any politician ever. I can't stand her. I won't be sad when her day and her time comes. And I have the right not to be sad when her day and her time comes. I had one moment where I felt sorry for her, just one moment, because I am human, but I just don't like her. I don't like anything about her. I don't like anything about her. Very racist ass broad too. Very racist bitch. Very racist. But there was one moment that I did have where I felt sorry for Hillary Clinton, and that's when she gave that speech after she lost and started crying. Because the part of me that's human that I understood right there is it was hard for me to see somebody work for something since I was a child and did everything that they thought was the right thing to do to get what they wanted. And right there in front of everyone, almost got what they wanted, but didn't get it and won't ever get it. So I am an empath. And one thing about being an empath is sometimes you take on feelings and emotions from people that you don't really fuck with. Right. And for a moment, I did feel sorry for her on that. You know, that can be something tough. It's the same feeling I felt for Colin Kaepernick. You know, to see somebody rightfully throw away something in a rightful manner, but it's something that they work hard for. It's sort of different than Hillary. So I'm gonna leave this one out there. But it was something he worked hard for his whole life, and he had to make the right decision. You know, that's different than Hillary, though. Hillary is she just was corrupt and just played their game and just thought everything was gonna be handed to her. And you know, the powers that be, it was just like, no. He was like, no. No, you're not gonna be president. So this is my favorite moment. If this is the right video, this is my favorite moment of all time. It's my favorite moment of all time.
Were you a different man, or did that behavior
No, I didn't. I didn't call him that.
continue until just recently? And
It was
you have
locker
2
room
minutes
talk,
for
as
this.
I told you, that was locker room talk. I'm not
Okay,
proud of it.
This is my favorite moment of him of all time. This is one of the most. This is probably gonna go down in history as probably the most brutal. I don't know the way to describe it. Like the most, to me, it's probably the most brutal rebuttal ever in the history of presidential debates. This was a brutal rebuttal right here. Did I say that right? Brutal. Did I say that right? Rebuttal.
Walked off that bus at age 59. Were you a different man, or did that behavior continue until just recently? And
It
you
was
have
locker
2
room
minutes
talk,
for
as I
this.
told you.
And this is what they're talking about when he said, when he told that woman, when he told, I forgot the guy he was talking to getting off the bus, when he mentioned, you know, you can get these women just by grabbing their pussy. When he's talking about that celebrity locker room talk, when he talk about grabbing the vagina, grabbing the P word.
That was locker room talk. I'm not proud of it. I am a person who has great respect for people, for my family, for the people of this country, and certainly I'm not proud of it. But that was something that happened. If you look at Bill Clinton, far worse, minor words, and his was action. His was what he's done to women. There's never been anybody in the history of politics in this nation that's been so abusive to women. So you can say any way you want to say it, but Bill Clinton was abusive to women. Hillary Clinton attacked those same women.
Yo, these
Nasty.
in my opinion, I think this is what won Donald Trump the election. Because if you remember that whole thing, they got it right with Billy Bush. That whole thing with Billy Bush, I think they was getting off the bus or something like that, and they caught the hot mic. They caught him saying that. No politician up until this point has got past moments like this. When he got past this moment, it was over. No politician ever got through. I can name so many politicians, maybe not their exact name, but if I describe them to you, because I get bad with names. I get bad with names unless I'm like prepared for a debate and I write all the shit down. I know we got, what was that guy named? Anthony, the one that was sending them he was sending them messages to little girls, the New York congressman, teens, Anthony. He's one of them. There's a whole bunch of them, though. Anthony Weiner. None of these guys got past Anthony Weiner, right? None of those guys I can name. It's like maybe 3 or 4 I can name. They out there. Like, I've been smoking weed too. I might just go ahead and tell you. I smoked some weed today. Who's a Minnesota? I'm very bad with names. Who's a Minnesota senator that got Al Franken? Al Franken, that's another one. He was from Minnesota. I can name. That was horrible how they did Al Franken. That was horrible how they did Al Franken, man. To this day, They talk about trying to get him back to office, but I'm just like him, man. No, you got me out like that. That's when that Me Too movement was really starting. They got rid of Frank and they got rid of him pretty devious. But there's so many other politicians I can name that failed to that. And I know I didn't think, and I don't think no one else thought that he could get past this moment. And I think, in my opinion, I think this is what really started. I think the man started trending up with a lot of people after this.
Abusive to women. Hillary Clinton attacked those same women and attacked them viciously. 4 of them are here tonight.
Woo.
One of the women, who is a wonderful woman, at 12 years old, was raped at 12. Her client.
Yeah! 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 God!
Nasty.
God!
Nasty.
Yeah! If this don't put no chills down your spine, dog. He did everything but say, is Bill Clinton in the building? Is Bill Clinton in the building? My favorite Donald Trump moment of all time. My favorite Donald Trump moment of all time. Maybe all the politics. Maybe it's the battle rapper in me. Of all time, my favorite Donald Trump moment. You couldn't pay for a better moment than this. He in the building and he got, man, I'm going to have to go back down DeMarco on this. What is that, the Secret Service behind him right there? He got the sexual assault victims. They in the crowd.
She represented, got him off, and she's seen laughing on 2 separate occasions, laughing at the girl who was raped. Kathy Shelton, that young woman, is here with us tonight. So don't tell me about words.
They eating each other alive. I like it. Dog eat dog. Eat each other alive in front of all of us. I wish I had some popcorn right now and I could relive this moment. Dog eat dog. In front of all of us. Eat each other alive. This was a good moment. This was a good moment.
I apologize for those words, but it is.
Now, he sounded like he coked up. He do sound like he coked up. There ain't no proof of that, right?
Nasty.
Man, that boy took a couple bumps before this shit. He was like, all right, where's she at? Okay, let's go. You got the victims ready? You got the victims ready? All right. Woo, let's go. All right. You on that good shit too, boy.
Things that people say, but what President Clinton did, he was impeached. He lost his license to practice law. He had to pay an $850,000
fine. This moment needed to be taught in classrooms. Y'all got anybody in here? Well, no, it's too late. I mean, any of y'all just graduated in college now on this stream right now? Is they teaching y'all this shit in high school? I want to know, is they teaching y'all this in high school? This don't need to be hidden. This is American history right here, folks. I ain't gonna never forget this moment. This is my favorite Donald Trump moment.
Those words, but it is things that people say. But what President Clinton did, he was impeached. He lost his license to practice law. He had to pay an $850,000 fine to one of the women, Paula Jones, who's also here tonight. And I will tell you that when Hillary brings up a point like that, and she talks about words that I said 11 years ago, I think it's disgraceful, and I think she should be ashamed of herself, if you want to know the truth.
Drop the fucking mic. Drop the mic, man. Drop the mic. Drop the mic. Drop the mic. That was brutal right there. That was so damn brutal right there. What an embarrassment. What an embarrassment. I'm never going to forget that moment. Let's move on, because if we don't move on, I ain't going to never get done with this stream. Because I could go past that. I could do that moment. I could play that moment over and over again all night. That's how much I love that moment. That's how much I love that moment. So we started off, okay, let's see. Let's go to something else that could be sort of looked at as positive. But I don't know. I don't remember this clip. I just pulled it up and thought, let me see, where is it at? Okay. Let's go to this next one. Oh, shit. They say Clinton and Trump are basically the same side of the coin. I mean, I definitely can see that being an opinion, and that's definitely a valid opinion. I can't say based on any type of fact that I could put Trump that far down, where Clinton is, man. I mean, Clinton was on Epstein Island. Now, I do know they got some relations to there. They haven't proven that Trump was ever on Epstein Island, but it ain't like if he was, he couldn't find some way to get that eradicated. I do know that there is proof that there was a time where he started to distance himself from Epstein. And it wasn't because of the stuff with the girls. He started distancing himself because he didn't like him moving down to where he was at Miami and all the moves he was making. That the rich white guy competitive bullshit. It wasn't over the girls. So he did have a moment where he distanced himself from it. But I'm just going to say a lot of Clinton stuff is well documented. The stuff that he got going on with Stormy Daniels to this day, that's a bunch of bullshit. And that's a waste of my tax dollars. I really think this guy, we're going to get to the January 6th stuff. The guy definitely has to answer for that January 6th stuff, right? I'm kind of on the fence about the voter fraud, but then again, he probably do need to go through something with the voter fraud shit for being dumb enough, for being stupid enough to have some of them conversations that he was having, right? That's something that if you're going to do that and be corrupt, you have one of your assistants have those conversations. You don't have those conversations. It's an idiot. But he do have to answer for that January 6th stuff. We're going to get to that. That Stormy Daniels shit, I don't care about that Stormy Daniels shit. It was a waste of money. It's a waste of money. Anyway, let's get to this New Deal for Black people.
About how to grow the African-American middle class and to provide a new deal for Black America. That deal is grounded in 3 promises: safe communities, great education, and high-paying jobs. My vision rests on a principle that has defined this campaign right from the beginning, and you've seen where we've come from and where we are right now. It's called America First. Every African-American citizen in this country is entitled to a government that puts their jobs, wages, and security first. One of the greatest betrayals has been the issue of immigration. Illegal immigration violates the civil rights of African Americans. That's what's been happening. No group has been more economically harmed by decades of illegal immigration than low-income African American workers.
Now, there's some stuff to talk about right there. Of course, he's not lying. Of course, he's not lying. Democrats are so phony when you ask them about this. They're so phony. I can tell you when you ask them about this, they're so easy to figure out. I can tell you the whole formula of their answer. When you ask them about this, they never go out and answer it. When you ask Democrats about this immigration, and specifically immigration and how it affects the Black community, especially middle class and below, they start talking about how bad immigration is. That's what Democrats do. Kamala, Biden, you ask them about it. They do the same thing. They start talking about how bad it is. And they start talking about how bad it's been for years, whether it's been a Republican or Democratic president. Then they start talking about stuff that they're doing to try to curtail it and how they're going to need unity in the future if they're ever going to stop it. And that's how they answer it. They never acknowledge how it affects the Black community. They never talk about what policies they put in place for the Black community to protect themselves against this immigration, this illegal immigration that's happening. They never do none of that. They never do none of that. They just re-explain the whole situation to you and say they're going to do a better job in the future. And that's why they need your vote. That's all they do. Now, this ain't about them. This is about Donald Trump. This guy is using, in my opinion, when you see him doing this, this guy is using Blacks as a stool, as a stepping tool, as a stepping stool, or as a tool, whatever. I would like to say, in my opinion, this guy is, which may not be necessarily wrong, but it's like, okay, this is what I want from immigration. I know this is what Black people want for immigration. It's not for the same reason, but I'll use their cause. I mean, he's a businessman. He's a businessman. But okay, let's keep going.
I will also propose tax holidays for inner city investment, a new tax incentive to get foreign companies to relocate in blighted American neighborhoods, and they will do that. It will be worthwhile. It's called incentive. They will do it. I am very humbled beyond words to be the nominee of the party of Abraham Lincoln. A lot of people don't know that. It's the party.
That's more proof than what I said. That's more proof than what I said. Willing to use all this shit for a talking point. Not to mention Abraham Lincoln was just as racist as all these other people. But okay.
Party of Abraham Lincoln. And it is my highest and greatest hope that the Republican Party can be the home in the future and forevermore for African Americans and the African American vote, because I will produce and I will get others to produce. And we know for a fact it doesn't work with the Democrats, and it certainly isn't going to work with Hillary.
All right. All right. He's spitting them bars, right? He's spitting them bars, right? Okay. Let's go to this. He's spitting them bars. Spitting them bars. Let's go to a few other things. Let's start off with this right here.
American gets up and, man, he slugged these guys. He slugged them. And by that time, their hat was off because it got ripped off as they were running up the stairs. But this guy, a great guy, I think he was a military guy for a long time, he slugged this guy wearing the Ku Klux.
Literally, Black people are a talking point for this guy. That's it. That's it. That's it. I know when I'm listening to somebody that's talking that doesn't have many African-American friends. I know when I'm talking to somebody or I'm seeing somebody talk that deal with African-Americans only on a business by business basis. This guy ain't got no Black friends. He don't even know when he's offending. And that's why we let a lot of shit go with Trump, because you can tell he has so small amount of his awareness in the Black community that some of the stuff that he's saying, we know is just not really bad intentions. It's just the motherfucker just don't know our community and don't have people around our community. What we question, what some of y'all question, is this by choice or this just by circumstance? And I don't see how you can look at this as by circumstance when this dude is a billionaire. It's by choice.
Klux Klan outfit. But by the time he got up to the top, you couldn't see it was a Ku Klux Klan outfit. So when the African-American cold cocked this guy never knew what happened. Everybody thought the African-American was against me. And it was the opposite. He was like this great guy, military guy. We have tremendous African-American support. The reason is I'm going to bring jobs back to our country. We're going to bring jobs back. But when these sleaze...
Jobs were at an all-time high when Obama was in office. I don't see how you can even say that.
People, these dishonest people who never show the crowds, they never, ever show the crowds. When they showed that event, it made it look like the white guy was on my side. The African-American guy said, I had enough. And nobody's going to run through an arena like that. And they reversed it, and it's a disgrace, okay?
Now, this is something that's been happening a lot with them lately, right? If you notice, a lot of white nationalists, like David Duke, there's a few others. I don't know all their names because I don't pay attention to these folks, but David Duke is one of them. These slithering, slimy, pale-faced demons, they are smart enough to know that not to ever openly really vouch for Trump like that because it puts a bad stigma on his name. When he first started to run, they did a couple things and he kind of shooed them away. I don't know if you remember that one time where a guy came with like a white nationalist symbol and said, we support Trump, and Trump just looked at him and had him taken away. Right. Kind of gave him some signal that's like, what are you doing? Right. But they've been staying away from vouching for him. And what they've been doing is they've been vouching. These are slithering, slimy, cunning snakes. And that's why I like to talk to you about them. And that's why I get a lot of flack on here. And some of these people get mad because they don't like me talking like this. But I don't give a fuck. Because some of y'all are stupid. A lot of y'all are dumb and need to see some of the bullshit that they do. So they start vouching for people that gets the black community on their side. And it puts a bad stigma on them. These people don't ask for they don't ask for their endorsements at all. Like, for example, Jill Stein has a lot of black people that are vouching for her and that want to vote for her. So David Duke came out and said, I support Jill Stein. Now, I'm not a dumb Negro where I don't understand the sliminess of these folks, the folks that gave the Native Americans polio in a blanket. It's the same folks. It's the same folks. But they think you're too stupid to pick that up. Next thing you know, they're going to be saying, I'm going to vote for Cornel West. This type of shit that they do. That's the type of shit that they do. Right? Anyway, let's keep it going. I just want to put that out there. So when you see, because then you'll see them say, oh, I like Jill Stein. Well, do you know that David Duke, he also endorses Jill Stein? Oh, I'm so stupid. I don't know that David Duke is doing that. I don't know how to figure it out. I'm dumb Negro. Oh, gorilla. Anyway, let's go to the next one. Did that one, my African-American friend. Oh, here's a good one.
I hate these people. And let's all hate these people, because maybe hate is what we need if we're going to get something done.
and a female. She was still alive, in fact still is.
I am strongly in favor of the death penalty. I'm saying.
So if you don't know this story, I'm not gonna spend a lot of time. I'll just summarize it for you. These teenagers got accused of essaying a woman that was jogging, whatever, and it caught national attention. People with money. Donald Trump actually put an ad. He paid his own money to put an ad. I think it was in the New York Times. Don't quote me, but I believe it was the New York Times. But in one of those main New York newspaper factions, he paid for an ad, basically stressing how important it is for them to find the killers for this, because they don't want to it's getting dangerous. And they don't want to give these criminals power or anybody. So they were going out above and beyond just to look for anybody to pile this on. Now, damn well it wouldn't have worked with them finding some white dude or some white kids and piling it on them. So these kids were actual, they were in the neighborhood doing shit that a lot of teens do these days. Just fuck shit. Stealing, shit like that. That they doing to this day. Poor teens. That they doing to this day. I mean, we can sit here and act like teens that come from a impoverished background with a mother on crack and, they're surrounded by no functionality around them. We can sit here and act like they're supposed to go out into the world and act sane. But if you're surrounded in an animal behavior type environment, you're going to do some animalistic type things. But one of the things that these boys did not do is they did not essay this woman. And I put that out there. Like, the person I banned is bigger than that. Let me just say this real quick. It's bigger than that. It's bigger than somebody getting mad at you for just playing a video. I don't like that spirit. That's the spirit that this world is coming to, right? Where you can't talk about stuff, right? Those folks that's running everything, those Rev 2022s, they're doing the same thing. You can't speak on anything. You can't mention something. Oh, you mentioning that? Oh, you're playing a video about a Central Park 5, though it happened, though he got dudes in jail for 5 to 13 years. You can't play that video. You want men and women bathrooms. Shut the fuck up and get the fuck off my page. Go on the Hodge Twins or one of them house nigga pages. Y'all don't want people to be able to talk about nothing. You get out of here too. I've been waiting for you. I've been waiting for you too. I've been waiting for you too. I've been waiting for you too. That's probably the same person right there. That Fela Speaks the same type dude. They don't want you to be able to talk about shit. It has to be one way. This ain't 1984 over here. I've been waiting for him to come on there. I got rid of that dude real quick. Now, this is where I really think there's really no debate on this right here, whether you want to say that this is racial or not, right? He did all this for them to find some killers of all this, right? So they found these dudes. These dudes went in and did their time. Then they got out of jail, right? It wouldn't have hurt the guy to say, look, this is something I said back then. I still don't know what the situation is. They saying that these guys are innocent. If they're saying these guys are innocent, maybe that's what the case is. But I will never back down on finding who the corporates are that did some essay to this woman. If they're saying that these are guys that are innocent, then okay. But I'm not backing off trying to find. There's a middle ground he could have took on this. No, look at what this fool did. Now, this is a lot of money and this is good, right? A lot of money and this is good. Anybody that knows about jail and knows about where these dudes was at, Rikers and shit like that, even that, they could have not made it out. They could have not made it out. These dudes had to change their whole life in jail just to survive. Where they was at, it ain't one of them jails where they was at where it's like, you can be kind of cool and nah, this wasn't one of them type jails. This wasn't one of them jails. This one of them joints where you had to always have your head on the swivel. This wasn't one of them jails where you can just cruise through it. Wasn't one of them jails. This is some real shit right here. Some real shit right here. Now that part can be debated if it was racial. You gotta be real with it. That part can be debated on if it was racial. I definitely think it is, but it is debatable. That part is debatable. Now let's keep moving on. Let's keep moving on. This one right here is for you Hotep Trump supporters. This is another one that y'all don't like, and I don't care about y'all disagreeing. But all this shit that these other people trying to say I'm for, like having men in kids' bathrooms, almost saying that I'm a PDF because I played a video. Yeah, anytime y'all try to do that, because I know what type of folks y'all are. Y'all folks that really don't like hearing two sides of the story. You're like echo chambers. And it's okay to like echo chambers. But you're not going to love echo chambers on my page so much where you're going to accuse me of being down with some debauchery for playing a video. I'm not going to let it go down on here. I built this shit from nothing. I'm for freedom of speech, but I'm not about to build this shit for you to be able to come on here and say I'm with men being in little kids' bathrooms. Fuck you, nigga. Fuck you. Point blank, period. You ain't gonna have that kind of voice on there. Go on somebody else's page or make your own fucking page and talk about me on there. You're not gonna do it on my page. You weakling. All right, so this is for you Hotep Trump supporters, the ones that want to be for reparations and for Trump. I ain't gonna let you.
Nasty.
I ain't gonna let you be both of them over here. You can't talk about that reparation shit to me, and I know you're pro-Trump. Talk that shit to some child that mind ain't really developed yet. Don't disrespect me as a fucking grown man and talk to me about Trump, then talk to me about reparations. I don't give a fuck who you are or how big your page is. You sound like a fool.
Many activists invoke this day for civil rights causes, from immigration to education, anti-poverty programs, to larger ideas like reparations for slavery, which has long been considered radical by both political parties in America. For example, Barack Obama consistently argued against reparations for slavery in preference for broader reforms.
When it comes to reparations, would you take it a step?
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. This is one of them real conversations now. This one of them real conversations. It's one of them real conversations right here. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Further in terms of apologizing for slavery or offering reparations to various groups?
You know, I have said in the past, and I'll repeat again, that the best reparations we can provide are good schools in the inner city and jobs for people who are unemployed.
But something's clearly shifting. Today, the United States Congress held its first hearing on reparations in 12 years. And to be clear, many black leaders have been pushing this, like the longest-serving black congressman, John Conyers, who proposed a reparations bill every session for 30 years. He was back in that room today. So was influential author Ta-Nehisi Coates, who laid out the case for reparations in a 2014 essay. And here, 5 years later, he went from banging on the door to serving as a star witness and rebutting Mitch McConnell's argument today that reparations aren't necessary for something that he argues doesn't relate to anyone who's currently alive.
Black people were subjected to a relentless campaign of terror.
Now, when they say that, that's so much of a big lie. When they say it doesn't affect anybody to this day, you're looking at a whole bunch of black people with some white names. and me including one of them. We not even like a lot of those folks in the Caribbean. I know some of them have that going on also, but a lot of them even have like more cultural names than we do. Talking a whole generation of people with white names, literally white names. And they're literally tell you this doesn't affect you at all.
Terror, a campaign that extended well into the lifetime.
Motherfuckers, well, they talk about we black. Them motherfuckers would get in the bathtub and that water would turn black. Dark ass black.
Of Majority Leader McConnell. We grant that Mr. McConnell was not alive for Appomattox, but he was alive for the electrocution of George Stinney. He was alive for the redlining of Chicago and the looting of black homeowners of some $4 billion. Victims of that plunder are very much alive today. I am sure they'd love a word with the Majority Leader.
Powerful. And in another development that departs from most House hearings, the first witness of the day was a sitting senator, a co-sponsor.
I kind of hear people when they always say this Donald Trump and they try to relate him to the H word. Like, I don't see how that makes sense either. That guy killed a lot of folks. He killed a lot of folks. I don't know if y'all witnessed. I don't know if y'all realize that whenever y'all lose credibility when y'all the guy. I know he doesn't like black people. There's a lot of people he don't like. But to call this man the H word, that's a reach. That's a huge reach. He didn't go out. He didn't put nobody, whether it was 60,000 or 500,000 or whatever number they done came up with now, 3 million, 6 million. I know maybe they doing more research. So they're saying maybe in another 15, 20 years, they're going to end up finding out it was 20 million. I don't know what's up with that over there. That is what it is. We know something over there happened. And if you're going to have, I mean, how can you relate him to the H word when this man actually had people in concentration camps? I don't, that's where y'all lose me when y'all do all that. Okay, he's evil. Yeah, I got it. Okay, he don't like black people. I got it. But to relate him to the H word, it's like, come on, man. You got to lower it a little bit. It's better, maybe if it's better, you relate him to David Duke. That would make more sense to me. Like, come on, man. That man had apartheid.
Of this Reparations Commissions bill, who spoke forcefully about the stakes.
It is a cancer on the soul of our country and hurts the whole body politic. I am brokenhearted and angry right now. Decades of living in a community where you see how deeply unfair this nation is still to so many people. This idea that it's just about writing a check from one American to another falls far short of the importance of this conversation and what I believe we will.
Yeah, so basically, well,
and why now?
Look, I've lived and worked most of my life in low-income communities, black and brown communities, and have been dealing with historical headwinds of segregation, of redlining, of health disparities, of public policies being stemmed from Washington, like the GI Bill and Social Security.
Basically, he's talking about Trump is making it hard for him pretty much to get any bill passed that has anything to do with reparations. But hold on. Some crazy shit. Here we go. This is what I wanted to play right here. Here's another. This is what this is how the party feels right here.
Take over what you got. They want to control what you have. They want.
Now, see, I'm pissing people off. I don't care. I don't care. I do want to move these lives off of my main page, though. I do want to move these lives off of my main page. I don't care. I don't care. Somebody got to play both these sides. Maybe it's bad for money. maybe I should turn into a puppet, and maybe it's probably better for business. I did choose a side and just stay on that side, but I'm not built like that. I'm just not built like that. But this is the type of, if you support Trump, this is the type of shit that you're supporting. And this is just the truth. You're supporting this shit I'm about to play right here. You can't, the fucked up thing about politics is when you vote for somebody, it's almost like a marriage, right? When you get married, you're not just marrying a person's positives. You have to marry you have to marry everything about that person. The negatives, all of that. Y'all people want to be pro-Trump, and y'all don't want me to play shit like this. I just had a dude down there. That still bothers me because I don't want people like that. I shouldn't have used that word. I called him, but I didn't mean it in a type of sexual way. But I don't want people like that on my page, man. And if you like that, just shut the fuck up then. Or go to somebody else's page. Like, just from playing a video showing y'all both sides of these people will try to slander you to the worst. There's people on here, man.
Republican Senator Tommy Tuberville hit the stage at former President Trump's rally in Nevada last night. And, well, let's just roll the tape.
They want crime because they want to take over what you got. They want to control what you have. They want reparation because they think the people that do the crime are owed that. Bullshit.
They want reparations. They want reparations because they're out there doing crimes and they want money for it. Nigga, what the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? This is at a Donald Trump rally. Listen to what he's saying, Black Trump supporters.
You got. They want to control what you have. They want reparation because they think the people that do the crime are owed that. Bullshit. They are not owed that.
And the crowd goes crazy.
Nasty.
And the crowd goes crazy.
Now, just to be clear, they want reparation because they think the people that do the crime are owed that. There's no other way to read that sentence, and we've reached out several times to Tuberville's team. There's no other way to read that other than.
Now let's look at this. Let's look at it. Let's not let him speak for us. Who the fuck else is he talking about? Who else is he talking about? Now, I realize you can kind of dress this up any way that you want to. But if you're a Black person and you're against reparations, to the rest of us, you know what you are. To the rest of us, you know what you are. A lot of y'all don't care. As long as y'all got money in y'all bank, y'all don't care what we call y'all. The Officer Tatums, the Hodge twins, they don't care about that. None of them care about that at all. They got money. They don't care about what we think about them. That's a fact. They got money. Okay. They don't care about what we think about them. Right? But for you to try to be like some type of hotep or some type of pro-Black person and be pro-Trump, I don't know how you try to pull that off. You might as well act like Officer Tatum in one of them. That makes more sense than for you to be like talking like you were Tariq Nasheed or something like that. But you're for Trump and you for this shit. I don't know. Does Tariq Nasheed support Trump? Because this is what you're also supporting too. You can't remove this shit out of it. You can't. And this right here, we know Democrats lie. They lie. Well, both of them lie. Both of them lie. We know that. But this right here, there's no lying on this. When you're talking about reparations and they want to do the crime, there ain't no way you can put that on anybody else. You can't say he's talking about the LGBTQ. You can't say he's talking about the Rev 22s. You can't say he's talking about the Asians. You can't say he's talking about the Latins. And you can't say he's only talking about bad Black people. You can't say that just the thugs. Nah, he's talking about all of us. At a Trump rally. At a Trump rally. So you can't say this ain't got nothing to do with Trump.
black people want reparations and they do the crime.
Is that what he means by they? When he keeps
That is
saying
exactly
they
what-
want that or
There's
they?
only one conversation
exactly
about
what he
reparations, and it's for
And
descendants of
crime.
slaves.
Tommy Tuberville can go to hell. And let me tell you why. The fact is, he
Quickly.
made tens of millions of dollars off unpaid black men as a football coach. He literally has the stature he has because people went out there and assumed the risk and incurred the risk of concussions, playing hard and everything. And then for him to give these racist tropes, I mean, it infuriates me. But this is a large swath of the Republican Party that they have to deal with that they've never done.
Yeah, I mean, the they just flat out, he talking about black people. He should man up and say it. American descendants of slaves do deserve reparations in this country. They absolutely do. But for him to...
It's funny, she used the term ADOS. She's using the term ADOS. I know why she's using the term ADOS, but she's using the term ADOS. I'm all for it. I'm all
equate a whole group of people as being criminal. You know what's criminal? Allowing people to languish in poverty, not supporting policies that will lift people up.
Or destroying a whole entire black community, robbing their banks and taking property from them. Shooting them up, making them move out of the neighborhood. Like they done did about 40 black towns, all kind of massacres. But for you to say, like, Trump gonna get in and fix all this shit, but not be like Hodge twins, it's only cool with me if you like the Hodge twins and Officer Tatum. They know what they are. They know how we look at them. They totally wear that badge. And they know when all this is over that we ain't gonna be in the same place. They think they're gonna be in heaven with white Jesus. I don't even think they accept the fact that Jesus ain't white. They banking on Jesus is white. That's what they banking on. They really believe that shit. I know because I used to really believe that shit till I got out of my mama house. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? This is not the truth. But they still really believe that shit. But I mean, come on, man. How you gonna know actual black people's history and actually act like Trump is pro-black? That's nasty work.
Nasty.
That's nasty.
That is what's criminal.
There's, by the way, there's a way to talk about crime in this campaign. It's an important issue. A lot of people are worried about it.
It is.
This ain't it.
Well,
It is.
I mean, objectively speaking, we do have
blacks
crime
are also
problems.
overwhelmingly
We have
victims of crime.
and
right.
people across the political spectrum are worried about it.
Sure.
And so there's a way to discuss issues that are very serious and the same.
But
This
it's
is way to
his
talk
true
about
nature came out.
being upset with the police department and saying, listen, we can't defund police. We can't. There's a way to talk about it. And again, it's just when somebody shows you who they are, you have to
But I mean, we have
them.
to.
And it's unfortunate that we're sitting here table in America today and we're having this conversation.
But I wish we were having a conversation about early childhood education. I wish we were having a conversation that the reason that a lot of kids don't perform in school is the fact they go to school hungry. How do we make sure community policing is something that we all embrace? Like my mama and daddy don't want to defund the police, but what they do want to do is have good police. They want to have respectable conversations in the community. They want to make sure that we undergird our community with the resources necessary so that we can drink clean water like in Jackson, Mississippi.
You know what? I might add another half an hour to an hour to this live stream if y'all want. If somebody want to drop the link and talk for Trump and talk against Trump, okay, but I need at least one for either side of us. I'm just going to play these clips and take it from there. But I did say I was going to have a call in. I forgot all about that, actually. I forgot all about that. I did say that I was going to have a call in, but if you want to talk for Trump, press 1. And if you want to talk against Trump, press 2. So if I see at least a number 1 and a number 2, then I'll put the link out there. If I don't see a number 1 or a number 2 equal, then I won't put it out there because I don't want nobody come up here speaking pro-Trump. I don't have nobody speaking against them or vice versa. You know, I'd rather y'all do it than I do it because it wouldn't be as well. Actually, I am against and for him, so I could go either side. But it would be better if you had somebody up there that really actually is going to vote for Trump and somebody that's really actually not going to vote for Trump. Anyway, here we go.
So that you don't have inflation and poverty, and those are the conversations about crime we should have. Not Tommy Tuberville being the racist that he is.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad nobody at this table was.
Yeah, that's crazy. And my whole thing is people can say that, you know, I don't care about black people voting for Trump, but it's when they try to act like they're like for reparations. I actually have talked to people in my personal life like this that will literally talk to you. That's like, yo, I done had a motherfucker tell me, you know, I'm voting for Trump and all that. And if reparations ain't your number one priority, you're really not black. Literally say that to me. Literally. Now then, when you go, I meet people where they at, right? So when I talk to someone like that, really is just debate practice for me. I don't take someone like that serious. But every now and then I'll tap into that, even though I know these type of people don't know how to debate and shit like that. I'd be practicing with people. But I'll still ask them like, okay, how are you going to tell someone I can't believe I'm literally having a conversation like this. This is a real conversation. How are you telling someone that if reparations ain't your number one priority, you ain't black? How are you telling someone if reparations is not your number one priority?
You ain't black. You ain't black. You ain't black.
But then start talking about Trump. They'll literally do that. They'll literally do that. But okay, so let's go to this next one. Let's see. We played that one. Oh, this is a good one. This is a good one. I shouldn't be laughing at this video. This is nasty work right here. Nasty work. Nasty work. I got 1-1. If I get a 2 in there, I'll drop the link if I get a 2.
And I just want to thank.
Actually, I forgot that I'm on vertical. I forgot I'm on vertical. If you come on here to troll or whatever, I'm gonna cut you off real fast. Because I forgot I'm on vertical. It ain't all just us. Nobody ain't got time for that. Nobody got time for that. But yeah, this is a good one right here. This is when he was having an event to celebrate Native American veterans, right? And he did it. This ain't really positive, negative. This is just funny to me. And I ain't gonna lie, I shouldn't be laughing at this. I should not be laughing at this. I'm taking the stream down. I'm taking the stream down. I'm not gonna take it down. I'm gonna put it on my second page. I'm gonna edit it. I don't want, man, one of these motherfuckers got me my feelings about an hour ago, man. I hate those type of people. I'm sorry, I just do. And particularly the type of people that I hate people that not only don't like freedom of speech, but they're willing to, how can I say this? They're willing to slander you for participating in freedom of speech. Those are some of the most people that I hate the most. And hate is a strong word. I hate those folks. We saw it the other day when they were at a Trump rally, and there were some LGBTQ people there at a Trump rally, and they got mad at a white dude. And I remember the black woman said the white dude is trying to molest his kid, and he was just trying to get his kid out of the stroller. I hate people like that. And you're not welcome on my page. You're not welcome on my page in the slightest. You're not welcome on my page.
And I just want to thank you because you're very, very special people. You were here long before any of us were here.
Hold on. That is disrespect. That's disrespect. That 72 likes, 32 likes, 72 watching. Man, look, tap that screen, that like button on the screen. I got to give y'all a little break. That's too disrespectful right there. I don't be asking for donations on here. I don't be asking for none of that. The least you could do is like this shit. You know what I mean? I'm not expecting y'all PFDs to like any fucking thing, but I know I got way more people on here not PFDs. That's just flat out disrespectful. Hold on. I'm gonna have to take a break for a second. Let me see. Let me see what I could put on here. I gotta take a break for a second. It's almost a waste of time. I can't even get a fucking like. It's like a waste of time. Let me see. I'm gonna put this white broad on here. No. This is the wrong white chick. Here you go. got to at least 40. I'm gonna start doing that more often, man. I mean, when you got Black Light Revelation stopping this stream saying, y'all see Moxy? That nigga don't get a goddamn dollar on his page because he too nice. I feel him, and he right. But the least I can do, even the likes, no, that's too much disrespect. No, that's too much disrespect. Anyway, here we go. Where are we at? So I ain't gonna say this is positive or negative. It's really negative, but this was funny as shit to me. This man is honoring Native American veterans, and he uses it to take a shot at Senator Warren. Now, this is why this is funny to me, right? And Senator Warren came pretty harsh against this. He said the PFD blood walk. I'm done.
Nasty.
This man said the PFD blood walk. Now, Elizabeth Warren is an old-fashioned $5 Indian bill woman. What is that? When you go to the Midwest, you'll see that there's white people there that have like acres and acres of land. Like some of these people, 80, 90 acres, 100 acres. These people didn't invent something that became a billion-dollar invention. And now they go to the Midwest and buy hundreds of acres of land like Kanye West. No, they didn't do anything like that. A lot of these people went and signed the $5 Indian bill, blonde hair and blue-eyed people that said that they came from an Indian tribe and that they're Indians and that they don't deserve the rights to have this property or that property. When you start getting to the history of this country, you'll see people are not the workers that they claim to be. A lot of stuff was given to people. You can even go into the GI Bill where they was giving white people multiple houses without no down payment at all. Multiple houses. These people, before we knew that, would look you in the eye, look you in the face, and tell you how hard that their father worked. He came here with $5 in his fucking pocket. They'll tell you all kind of these dumbass stories, right? But we're starting to find out the truth. No, your grandfather got in a plane and rammed his plane into a whole community. And after your grandfather did that, his son went over there and claimed land, took the land and took deeds to his cousin who was a judge and gave him this land. They've had multiple periods of land grabbing. I'm talking about for free. I'm talking about handouts. I'm not talking about no motherfucking food stamp. I'm talking about land for free. $5 Indian bill. Okay, $5. That ain't for free. Back then, what was that? Maybe $1,000? Nothing for free. You might as well say it's for free. I can come up with $1,000 right now for 100 acres. Of course, they didn't have no DNA tests. You can pull out a sheet of paper and shit on it and write in shit. Yeah, my uncle was Bighorn Little John. That was my uncle. Blonde hair, blue eye. They're still out there now claiming that bullshit. But then when you ask them to do the DNA, they're like Elizabeth Warren. You got less than 1% of Indian blood in you. And that's from one of your folks probably took somebody against their consent. Feminists. Yeah, that's in your blood. And yeah, you still reap the benefits of your ancestors doing that to folks. But anyway, he used that to take a shot at Elizabeth Warren, but there's also a lot of nuances with this. He did this in front of Andrew Jackson. And if y'all know who Andrew Jackson is the Indian killer. The Indian killer. He knew exactly what he was doing when he did this. Funny as shit, too. None of these guys are really witnessing or realizing what's going on. Not to say that they would say something even if they did know what was going on. They just want their award and get the fuck up on out of there.
Thank you, because you're very, very special people. You were here long before any of us were here. Although we have a representative in Congress who they say was here a long time ago. They call her Pocahontas. But you know what? I like you because you are special.
This motherfucker talking to him like they a damn pet. Like a pet. They talking to these folks like they are a pet. I'm with him on the Elizabeth Warren stuff. If you're gonna lie about that, I'm a clown. He used this moment though to not only take shots at her, he could have did this in better spirit. He could have took shots at her and like kind of clown with these guys. But the part with me where I'm like, yo, this is real fucked up, is that he's doing this in front of Andrew Jackson's photo, right? And these dudes actually fought for this country. Come on, let's get to that white people rhetoric. These are the good ones. These aren't the bad ones. Let's just get down to it, y'all. Y'all may not like me saying this, but a lot of y'all in the army, y'all know this because I got friends that's in the army, but let's be real. When you're in the army, you're mostly fighting for them. We know that. None of us judge y'all for being in the army. I know I don't judge my brothers and sisters for being in the army. I have good friends. Pastor Kelly works for this government. I got friends that's in the army. I don't judge any of y'all. But I know from talking to y'all, there's only a small amount of y'all that get in there that actually want to protect this country. It's a very small amount of y'all. Most of y'all got in there because you don't want to pay these high prices for college. You want free education. You hope to get put behind the desk, and I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of y'all rather do that than go and bang out on the streets. Much respect. You won't ever hear any disrespect on my page for black veterans. White veterans, I don't have disrespect for y'all either, but the respect ain't quite there because y'all think I fucking owe y'all something too, and I don't owe y'all shit. Y'all working for some folks that owe me. Straight up. Y'all welcome on my page. I don't have no disrespect for y'all, but when y'all start talking that shit like I owe y'all, I don't owe nobody in America. I do owe that credit report. I owe Amex Platinum. I owe them niggas about 2,000 or 3,000. I do. That's a lie. I owe some companies in America, but as far as people, and as far as this government, especially this government, I paid all my back taxes. I owed them niggas like $30,000 in back taxes. I paid it. I don't owe nobody in this government. No, I don't owe you if you're a white veteran. You ain't do a goddamn thing for me. I don't owe you nothing. Them folks that you working for owe me. They owe me. And if I got my payment, I definitely don't owe you nothing because I'd never come back to America. I would never come back. So that's only my problem with the white veterans when they start talking about I owe them something. Nigga, you got that all mixed up, nigga. I don't owe you nothing. You need to go talk to them $5 Indian bill white folks. Them the motherfuckers that owe you. I don't owe you a goddamn thing. Black veterans, y'all don't talk like that. Y'all don't. And I got mad respect for y'all because y'all put between a rock and a hard place. Y'all don't want to go to college and get in debt. And y'all don't want to bang. I don't have no problem with y'all. It's going to always be respect for y'all. But these guys here deserve some respect. This is flat out disrespectful. Funny as shit. Yes, funny as shit. Funny as shit. But this is flat out disrespectful because they actually fought for this country.
Because you're very, very special people. You were here long before any of us were here. Although we have a representative in Congress who they say was here a long time ago. They call her Pocahontas. But you know what? I like you because you are special. You are special people. You are really incredible people. And I have to, from the heart, from the absolute heart, we appreciate what you've done, how you've done it, the bravery that you displayed, and the love that you have for your country. Tom, I would say that's as good as it gets, wouldn't you say?
Now, you want to believe all of this, but it's like, look, man, I don't think you're that dumb to be doing this in front of a Andrew Jackson photo. If you look at the blueprint of the White House, it's so many other places he could have did this at. So many other places he could have done this at. And I don't think he's stupid enough that nobody told him, well, it's Andrew Jackson. It's just like what they said on Casino. What the guy said on Casino. When he was like, I don't know if you did this on purpose or by accident, but whatever way you did this, you're too stupid. Get out of here, you're fired. Same thing right here. I don't know if you did this by accident or if you did this on purpose, but whatever the case, you're just so fucking dumb. It just don't matter. You just stupid. This was stupid. Wait, Pocahontas? Like, yeah, and it's like it's just they looking like they know something is going on, but they don't know what's going on. They know something is going on. You know, not to dog these guys out. They're probably older. Yeah, they are older, and they probably more reserved right now. But this dude knows something is going on, and it looked like he listening for nuances and all that. It looked like he listening for some bullshit. This is fucked up that these guys had to go deal with this. It's fucked up.
Thank you, because you're very, very special people. You were here long before any of us were here. Although we have a representative in Congress who they say was here a long time ago. They call her Pocahontas. But you know what? I like you because you are special. You are special people. You are really incredible people. And I have to, from the heart, from the absolute heart, we appreciate what you've done, how you've done it, the bravery that you displayed, and the love that you have for your country. Tom, I would say.
Yeah, I'm gonna say these two guys not really fucking with him. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say they're not really fucking with him. They doing their part showing up, but these guys ain't fucking with him. Yeah, he are talking to him that they're slow. I don't think they're slow though. I don't think that they're slow. I don't think they're slow. I don't think they're slow at all. Mm-mm. They know about them white folks just like how we know about them white folks. These ain't the Latins. These ain't the guys, no offense to the Latins, but these aren't the guys that got hypnotized by Catholicism. They ain't fall victim to that. They know who these folks are. Just like how we know who these folks are. They probably have just as bad, if not worse shit to say about them than we do. You know, a lot of them are alcoholics now, from Canada all the way on down. A lot of them are alcoholics. Didn't even really know what alcohol was before the Europeans. They got them on that thing. They did the same thing to us with that crack. They got them on that juice. I mean, you could write a book on how to take a whole world over and just put people under slavery and all kinds of shit if you just follow white people. First, you got to poison them. First, you got to get cool with them, infiltrate the community. After you get cool with them and infiltrate the community, you got to find ways to poison them. You write a whole book. You could write a whole book. All right, what else let's see what else can we show. I think I went through a lot on here. Okay, I think this would be something positive. We're going back and forth between positive and negative.
Commander-in-Chief. We're now just 17 days from either former President and Republican Donald Trump or current Vice President and Democrat Kamala Harris winning the Oval Office for the next 4 years. Tonight, Trump is back in Western Pennsylvania holding a rally at the Arnold Palmer Regional Airport in Latrobe. KDKA's Ricky Sayer was there and has more.
Former president made bringing manufacturing jobs back to the U.S. a focal point of his address here in Latrobe. He spoke for about an hour and a half. This rally came just 17 days before the election. Veteran steelworker Andrew Macy came to Saturday's Latrobe Trump rally with one thing on his mind.
Well, the big thing is we are losing jobs. We're losing jobs to the other countries.
Macy was one of a small group of steelworkers that the former president brought on stage.
He wants to protect our jobs. He said to me personally, when I asked him if he would protect the steelworkers' job, he said, "You have my word."
It's something he said applies to other industries.
Please direct your attention to the skies for the return of President Donald J. Trump.
The former president started his rally at the Arnold Palmer Regional Airport by asking a question.
With your help, 17 days from now, we are going to win Pennsylvania. We're going to defeat Kamala Harris, and we are going to make America great again.
On the topic of energy,
starting on day one of my new administration, I will end Kamala Harris's war on Pennsylvania energy because she's going to ban fracking, right? 100%.
Let me ask y'all this. Do y'all believe in climate change? Y'all believe in climate change?
The vice president has said during the current campaign she will not end fracking. Meanwhile, Trump also mentioned a town which has seen a significant amount of attention in recent weeks.
Example, the 4,000 person town of Charleroi, Pennsylvania, has seen, listen to this, a 2,000% increase in the population of illegal migrants. Think of that 2,000% increase in the population of illegal migrants under Harris.
As KDK has reported, while there has been a significant increase in migrants in Charleroi, many of them are there legally. It wasn't the only time a topic especially important in the Mon Valley came up.
We will bring back our manufacturing jobs, our energy jobs, our coal jobs.
This is bad than if y'all believe in climate change. All this stuff is bad. All this stuff is bad. That's if you believe in climate change. I don't believe in climate change. Not at all. That's the only reason I was asking. I'm not about to make this a climate change friend or foe. But if you believe in climate change, and this is definitely bad. This is horrible. If you believe in climate change, this is good for energy prices. For those of you that are not willing to move on to electric cars, which I'm with you on that also. But I'm just gonna say this: you could be against electric cars. It don't matter. It don't matter. The next few years, they're just gonna make it very hard for you to maintain having a gas car, and the reason why is what's about to happen. You don't have to believe this. I'm just gonna tell y'all because it's definitely an opinion. I believe it to be true. But the part that is a fact is there's another society that's already in front of our face that they haven't fully pushed us in and connect us to yet. And that's a society totally dominated by technology where you really don't have no control and they have more control over everything. And that's what blockchain, they're going to have control of your funds. You won't be able to spend money the way you want to spend money. That's the digitalization, the digitizing of money. And it's also happening with everything. Biometrics is is right there. Right now, it's an option. It's not mandatory. It's an option right now. And the part that I'm saying is an opinion, which I believe to be true, is there's going to be some type of event that happens to where all this stuff that's an option right now will no longer be an option. And that's where you have things that's coming in with the electric car, is because they're trying to, once they have all the transportation electric, they already got us with the social media. If you have a phone, they have more control. The government don't, they got all kinds of stuff that can go past Apple and go directly into your phone from anywhere in the world. There's actually a documentary about it. They're trying to ban this equipment because it was made independently, but they have given it to, for somehow this independent app that was made by these independent developers in Europe somehow is in the hands of America and Israel. And they can literally get into your phone anywhere around the world. That's some of the shit that they doing to fuck Hamas up, right? And getting your phone anywhere around the world. You have, they told you years ago, they can turn your phone into a microphone at any time. It's not like an opinion. That's real. The only way you can stop them from using your phone as a microphone anytime is you have to go in there and take the battery out. And that's why you see most of the phones are like this, where you can't go in there and just take the battery out, right? So once they have all of that, they already got the social media. They already got most of our communication. Then they're going to have the transportation. They have the biometrics. They're going to have your health under there, right? Then once they have the banking system, and that's going to be the toughest one. That's what they're working on now, the banking system. Well, you'll have no control whatsoever. You see how I'm on here saying stuff that they don't like? They can totally cut everything. Not only take your YouTube page, that's nothing. That's nothing. They can take hard-earned money that you work for yourself and cut your access from that. So that's where everything is going towards. This, I don't know if I feel bad about this. I don't feel bad about this because I don't believe in climate change. If you want me to get a little bit more specific, first of all, this earth, it was all this shit was at one point, it was ice. So the earth has been warming up for a long time, right? But I believe that some things on this earth got to happen, and I think it's going to get worse and worse. And I think what they're doing is they're ahead of this shit. I think they know that it's about to be some wonders that happen on this earth, and they're going to blame it on climate control. They're not going to blame it on somebody trying to send you a message. And I think what's going to happen is it's going to get worse and worse and worse until people start saying this ain't climate control. This is an entity that's doing this to us. And I just wanted to see how y'all felt about that, because a lot of stuff is about to happen. A lot of stuff is about to happen. You about to see shit really get destroyed. They're gonna blame it on everything else. They're gonna blame it. They're gonna say, "Oh, this is from y'all been throwing away Pepsi cans. That's why this shit is happening." They're gonna take the whole message that's being sent from this stuff, because it's gonna get real specific on where it's going. And then some of y'all gonna blame climate control. Some of y'all gonna blame the Jewish community. And some of us gonna know who that is sitting the sign. Like, I'll give you a perfect example. The sundown town of Asheville, right? Some of y'all believe that that's really climate control that got that hurricane to go directly over Asheville. Y'all believe it's climate control that got to do that. Sundown town. They go in there and kill all them folks in Asheville, right? Then you have a group of y'all that think that it's the heart. It's the Jews that's doing it. Where they do have a machine. I'm not going to say they don't have a machine like that. They do have it. That's how they, on a small basis, that's how they water plants or the fields in the Superdome in New Orleans. They could create a small little cloud up there that could actually make it rain. So that's real. But I think this going to all be distractions on when somebody's really trying to send a message. You know, I just think they're going to give you so many options to blame it on that it's going. I mean, this entity that's going to send this message, it's going to have to kill some folks for them to really be like, okay, this is an entity outside of us that's trying to send a message. I don't think, because y'all say it's the Jews that got I need to stop saying that word, but y'all saying it's the Rev 22s that got the heart machine. I don't know about that. I do know it's a machine, but I don't think that they would send that over to sundown town of Asheville. That's just me. I don't think that, I don't think it would, why? For what? Right? For what? I don't think, and I don't think climate change is that accurate. You know, there's some man-made things happening. I think with Katrina, I think that was definitely man-made. But see, when you hear the things about Katrina, which I believe that's when Bush was president, it's the same thing you hear with 9/11. It's not just a natural event or something like that. You always hear, oh, it was an explosion. Like with Katrina, the weather didn't do that. People can tell you they heard an explosion that blew up that dam. Explosion. You know, same thing with 9/11. And the fun fact, I was actually there for 9/11. I was actually in New York. I was actually blocks away. That's when I first had got out of high school and I was going to move to New York. And I was there visiting from Buffalo. I was there visiting, and that shit happened while I was there. That shit happened like actually I just got finished working on the Rockefeller movie when that shit happened. True story. You know, and I moved out of New York and I didn't move back. I didn't go back to New York for 7 years after that. Right. So it is what it is, man. One thing that's definitely about to happen, we're only touching the tip of the iceberg when you're talking about it's going to be the hardest time ever in the history of man to depict truth from lies. It's going to be the hard. We haven't even really entered that. I must say the next 3 to 5 years, it's about to go on full force. When you really are not going to know if it's with the AI shit, with this weather shit that's going on, you're not going to know what to believe in a minute. It's going to be real hard to make a decision. Most of us are going to make the wrong decision. I may make the wrong decision because that's what's been predicted of that time. that if he did not cut the days short, even knows that he loved the most would turn on him if he didn't cut those days short. That's how many lies is about to be out there. But that's enough of that little rant right there. I just had to get that out of there. But if you believe in climate change, this is bad. If you don't believe in it, then then this is good. And it's going to bring energy prices down.
Macy was one of a small group of steel workers that the former president brought on stage.
He wants to protect our jobs. He said to me personally, when I asked him if he would protect the steel workers' job, he said, "You have my word."
It's something he said applies to other industries.
Please direct your attention to the skies for the return of President Donald J. Trump.
The former president started his rally at the Arnold Palmer Regional Airport by asking a question.
Your help, 17 days from now, we are going to win Pennsylvania. We're going to defeat Kamala Harris, and we are going to make America great again.
On the topic of energy,
starting on day one of my new administration, I will end Kamala Harris's war on Pennsylvania energy because she's going to ban fracking, right? 100%.
the vice president has said during the current campaign she will not end fracking. Meanwhile, Trump also mentioned a town which has seen a significant amount of attention in recent weeks.
Example, the 4,000 person town of Charleroi, Pennsylvania, has seen, listen to this, a 2,000% increase in the population of illegal migrants. Think of that, 2,000% increase in the population of illegal.
See, now let's take that into scope. This isn't a problem, and it wasn't a problem until they started moving in their neighborhoods. It was not a problem like this until they started moving in their neighborhoods. That's why I say, if y'all really don't like illegal immigration, don't support their businesses, man. Don't buy, and there's nothing wrong with me saying this. There is nothing, and I'm saying it because Democrats will act like you're insensitive. They try to act like you're a horrible person because I'm sitting here telling you that if you see people in here doing undocumented businesses, like, there's people that are nannies and stuff like that. I know a lot of y'all ain't paying for nannies and stuff, but there's a lot of services and businesses, even fucking getting your car washed, right? Landscaping. There's a lot of businesses that are overhauled with illegal immigration. And every time you give your money to them to get a job done at a lesser amount of money that you can get somebody else to do it, y'all cats, you're saving money and all that. But you're the same folks on here that will come on here and start talking about illegal immigration. The same folks. Y'all go somewhere and get your car washed for $10. Yeah, it got expensive to get your car washed. Other places it costs $15, $20. You don't want to pay the $15, $20. So you go to the fucking warehouse where the Mexicans are at to wash your car. But then you'll come on here and start talking about illegal immigration. And you're fucking funding it. When you got to move, instead of going there paying the people, paying public storage. I done this shit before. I ain't gonna lie. I have done this shit before. Talking to you now, I'm not doing that again, and I haven't done that since I lived in LA. When I lived in LA, I did it one time. In New York, I haven't done it. New York is expensive too. In New York, you'll find less people you'll find less areas to get it done, which is just go up to Home Depot. In New York, it's harder too. It's very small, confined areas. You got to get, in New York, you have to get very creative sometimes on how to get a fucking couch up to the 30th floor. I done seen sometimes in New York, they done pulled the couch from on the side of the building all the way up. I done seen that before. You got to get real creative sometimes on bringing furniture up there. You just can't go to Home Depot and get an illegal immigrant to help you move. But when you're doing that, just know that you're funding the same thing that you don't like. Just gonna say that. You funding the same thing that you don't like.
Migrants under Harris.
As KDKA has reported, while there has been a significant increase in migrants in Charleroi, many of them are there legally. It wasn't the only time a topic especially important in the Mon Valley came up.
We will bring back our manufacturing jobs, our energy jobs, our coal jobs, our steel jobs, and our dreams.
He says it's all very simple.
In January, we will give our companies the lowest taxes, the lowest energy costs, the lowest regulatory burdens, and free access to the best.
Yeah, buying drugs too. Yep.
And biggest market anywhere on the
Buying
planet,
drugs too.
but only if they make their products right here in America. If they don't.
Being a steel worker with the years that I have, it gives me comfort in knowing that the younger worker doesn't have to go through what I went through years ago.
Well, Trump hasn't.
That's what I'm gonna do. Hold on, we getting around that time. But I'm not gonna do it like how I used to do it back in the day. Especially being that, I'm gonna do this differently. This is just gonna be something that's gonna always be up. I'll put it on the second page and people will be able to vote for it. But let me put this here. Hold on. Let me do this real fast. Can I do it on here? I think I can. Let me do this real fast. Can I do it on here? I think I can. Hold on. No, I can't do it on here. Shit. Hold on, let me go over here real fast and do this. I'll play one more thing for y'all while I hold on. I'll play this. Now, here we go with this. Now, I had to put this up here. Look, man, we question everything. Now, we saw with Sexy Red, she got that stank kitty in the screen talking about we want to do what we want to do with our coochies, vote for Kamala. And I'm not making no nuances toward this woman by saying stink kitty. This is something she actually went on a podcast and said. She said she didn't know she had she said her and her boyfriend was giving chlamydia to each other, or no, gonorrhea to each other, and they didn't know that they was giving gonorrhea to each other. And one day they was just both sitting there, and she said she smelled she smelled her stuff, and they both was like, "Ugh, this stink. Oh, we got gonorrhea." Like, this was like a badge of honor to this woman. Just had to put that out there. So we do like to talk bad about the Democrats and what they think of us, right? So this is Donald Trump about to show you what he thinks of you also, right? And don't worry. I just did this one first because y'all voted on Donald Trump first. I'm gonna get this upload. What is today? I think I got about 48 hours. I got this one upload I'm about to do. Another character analyzation and some entertainment shit. I should have that done in the next like 12 hours. Then I'm gonna do Kamala Harris, friend or foe. I gotta do it before the actual elections. I might do it on damn near election night. But Kamala Harris is next. We gotta go through all her shit next. This is just Donald Trump. This is part 2. If you really want to see, we did part 1 maybe about a year and a half ago. We did part 1. So this is part 2. But here goes what Donald Trump thinks of y'all.
Chef G, does everybody know Chef? Where is Chef G? Where is he?
I don't feel it feels like unsafe for it to play out.
Come on up, fellas. Robert Sleepy Hollow. Come on up here, fellas.
Oh, I like that.
I want to get that done.
One thing I want to see.
Now, this is what I have to throw in here, right? This is what I have to throw in there. He has a drill rapper up here. Now, if you don't know what a drill rapper is, just to make it simple for you, because I know I have some people on here that's older. It's okay. It's kill first and make the music after. Drill rappers, they have songs basically no different than the 90s, but there's a huge difference. They actually did this shit. Like, it ain't, they'll even say the name. They'll say how they did it, what street, what he was wearing when they did it, what time, what he did it. Some of these guys even will predict this nigga right next to me is about to snitch on me. Like, that's what Dirk did pretty much like, yo, I'm about to slide for the nigga. This nigga right here gonna tell. Like, I don't know what's wrong with this generation with that. I do know what's wrong with this generation with that. It's the clout. They want the clout so much. That's why I don't that's why I'm not in a rush to get back to America, but I got to. I mean, my license is about to expire in like 4 months. I can't just get off the plane and go get a rental car because I ain't got no fucking license. Like, I just don't have a choice. One way or another, I got to go back home very soon. And I'm not even nobody big. I'm not even nobody big. I ain't nobody to sneeze at. I know 50,000 ain't. But on the scope of things, it's small. Even I got to be careful. People want clout so much. I'm out here in this beautiful place. I got to watch out here where I'm at. It's people out here like acting funny towards me because they don't think that I know that they know who I am, right? It's people out here that I know for a fact that's probably watching this out here in Thailand that I know for a fact want to fight me. They don't think, not that I did anything wrong. It's just they don't like what I'm saying on my page and they want the clout. It's a place I was going to. I don't go to now because it was a dude over there that's not American. I can feel the dude energy. I know the dude got a problem with me. I don't even know this motherfucker. I don't. He just seen my page. He probably seen that I was talking some FBA stuff on here. It's something that feels anybody else he ignore, but the fact that he know I got subs, like I could tell some type of just some type of bad energy there. And it's just like that in America. So it's like anybody with any type of clout with anything, you got to watch yourself. It's very dangerous. And I just did that whole speech to say like, yeah, this clout shit is just like what Chris Rock said. It's like a new drug. It's like a form of money. It is. I don't look at it like this. What this is a chance for me to not have to depend on comedy clubs. And this is a chance for me to not have to depend on tech. Right? These are two things that they really hate straight black men. They hate black people, period. But they have certain things that they hate more than anything. And those are two fields that I'm good at. But they hate unapologetic black straight men. They hate us. Right? So that's what this is about. I'm not on here to try to be the number one YouTuber in the world all the time. I'm not on here. I just know I have a skill that I can get paid for and free myself of some of those shackles, right? You know, but anyway, yeah, it is time for me to come back home. That is very true. Wait, somebody is telling me, man, y'all really gonna make me do this right now on hold on, man, because we already went through this the other day, but I hate when somebody, I ain't gonna say I hate it, but as I don't always have to do this, but I'm gonna do this right now. I think we looked this up the other day. I believe that Asheville is a sundown town, man. I was told on this very channel it was a sundown town. I don't think it'll take me that long to find that, but I believe yeah, Asheville is a sundown town. Asheville is a sundown town. Yeah, it's stuff on here saying that Asheville is a sundown town. I'm sitting here, I'm looking at this shit. They were telling people to leave before sundown. Anyway. Hey, yeah, I'm not even about to talk to this. It's definitely a white person coming on here trying to run shit. Yeah, this is very disrespectful. He has this guy on here. This is very disrespectful. Very disrespectful. And Fem Yos, I hear what you're saying. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think, because you haven't came on here, I think you might be one of those people I'm talking about. I definitely think, and in fact, I'm almost 100% sure that I probably know you. You haven't said anything on the stream the whole first time. Once I start mentioning, yeah, I have been approached. I do. This guy has approached me in real life. I don't even think he knows me from YouTube. I think somebody else told him that I was on YouTube. But where I'm at now, this is a place where Black people are visiting from YouTube. This is a place out here called Pattaya, Thailand, that a guy that I know called Richie Mack has a page called Zoom to Thailand. Did all these videos about this place. That's another story. But most of the Black people that are out here, including myself, found out about this place from YouTube. You know, I know I'm not no celebrity. You don't have to tell me that. But I think I actually know you. And I do. I'm almost 100% sure I actually know you. Yeah, well, I don't know. But what I want to know is this is where we at. This is where we at. This is where we at. Baby girl, we don't have time for this. We don't. We don't have time for that. We don't have time for that. All right. We don't have time for that. Right. But going back to what we were talking about, only thing separating Asheville is a decent football. People told me Asheville is a sundown town. I don't, you know, and I'm just reading this on an article that it's a sundown town. And somebody made a video that says God wiped out sundown towns in North Carolina. See, this is what I'm talking about. And I hate to say this. I hate to say this. I'm not going to go far in this. I'm just going to play this just for a second since somebody meant this, brought this up. So I'm just going to bring this up. See, this is what people are going to, people talking like this is going to start to sound crazy. They're going to start to sound crazy, people talking like this. They're going to start to sound crazy, right? Because you know why they're going to start to sound crazy? Because some of y'all going to be like this climate control, and some of y'all going to be like, it's the Rev 22s in their machine. And the fucked up thing about it is, I just don't believe in climate control. I don't. I don't believe in that at all. Maybe the machine, maybe, right? But I know for a fact it's going to be some signs being shown, because he said that there was going to be some signs being shown. He said that's how he going to talk. You know how we talk with our hands? He about to talk through that sky. He said there's going to be signs and wonders in the sky. People going to be blaming it. And remember, there's another thing that he said. He said all eyes is literally going to see him return and going to blame it on other stuff. They're going to blame it on other stuff. And that's where the point where, you know, I'm not about to get into no World War III stream, but that's where a point where a lot of stuff is going to happen, because he's going to have to get that message across. Okay, 3,000 people die over there. Oh, it's a natural occurrence. It's climate control. Okay, another 3,000 over there. Man, when are we going to stop this climate control? Oh, word, 30,000 dead. Man, it's them Jewish folks doing that. Then y'all put them anchor towards them. They got a machine. Oh, word, y'all still ain't get the message? 50,000 dead. Man, it's them Rev 29s. They killing everybody. 100,000 dead. 150,000 dead. Okay, it ain't them. What's going on? That's what he's going to have to do. He's going to have to get people to the point where they're like, okay, what's going on? I mean, a lot of people going to have to die. A lot of people going to have to die.
Oh, in North Carolina, the floods that's happening that you're seeing is God's judgment. A lot of people don't know there was a young Black man. I think his name was Javi. I forgot what his last name was. I'll probably put it somewhere on the screen. He was unalived in a sundown town, and it kind of just got swept under the rug. What people have to understand is that the 400 years of slavery are up. From 1619 to 2019,
all right,
they were allowed to kill Black men or women, and they would get away with it. Okay, and the reason why,
okay, so I ain't gonna,
I'm
not
our
gonna
ancestors
play this
sinned
right here.
against God,
I
his
wasn't trying
commandments,
to get into
so
this
he allowed our
conversation.
enemies to
Not on this. This is Trump friend of foe. I wasn't trying to get in this conversation. What I'm trying to say is, yeah, I actually agree with stuff like that. I agree with, yeah, I don't think that it's an act of nature, that it just was an accident that these sundown towns got destroyed. I don't think it's climate control, and I don't think it's the Rev 29s, and that's just me. That's just me, and I could be wrong. Just like with climate control, you could be wrong too. And you know why you could be wrong on climate control? Because that's some shit that them folks came up with. And I notice as they're coming up with this stuff on climate control, and as much as they'll tell you, oh, no, this based on science. Look how much money they're making off of it. If they really wanted to save the earth, they would have it to where you come down there and give us your gas car, we'll give you 80% off of an electrical car. It wouldn't cost that much money. They got the prices all the way up there, right? If they really wanted you to recycle, they wouldn't charge you an extra dime for a plastic bag at the grocery store, right? Show me something that they're not getting some money off of. In a minute, they're about to start charging you for they already charge you for clean water, but in a minute, they're about to start charging you for clean air. They're about to start charging for clean air, right? So you never as much as they want to save the earth, they damn sure getting rich off of this shit. They damn sure getting rich off this shit. And no, I don't believe none of their science at all. I don't believe none of their shit unless I can prove it myself. I can prove 2 + 2 = 4. All the other shit, man, miss me with all that scientific shit. It's a bunch of bullshit. I tell you this right now because they always got some bullshit that they trying to put in your face, and then they'll try to tell you it's based on science. And they keep going with that scientific shit until somebody else will come up with an experiment and be like, man, y'all was lying the whole time. Y'all was lying the whole time. I'll repeat it to y'all again. All these people was dying off of cigarettes. The cigarette companies paid scientists to come up with an official scientific document to say that cigarettes had nothing to do with cancer. Don't tell me about fucking science. It's money. It's money. Larry Trump, you may not be from Africa. I'm not trying to say where you from. If you don't believe you're from Africa, you're not from Africa. But you can't tell me where I'm from. You can tell me where you're from. You can't tell me where I'm from. And where you say you're from, I am forced to believe it because that's where you say you're from. You can't tell me where I'm from, no. You're not from Africa. Okay, I got you. Right? You can't tell me where I'm from. Anyway, I think that's just about it. Damn. I think that's just about it for Trump. Man, they got me going all kind of they didn't try to hack my page. I got to go through all kind of passwords and shit. I got to do 4 passwords to get to log in my page on the other joint. And you know what? I'm okay with that. As long as it ain't them Dutch folks in on my page. There was some Dutch folks that tried to hack my page. They ain't got my fingerprint. Yep, I had to do the password keys for that. Can't just do a regular password. They'll break it. They'll find your password. I'm breaking into your shit. The next day y'all come on here, all my videos will be gone, and somebody be on here selling you cryptocurrency. Let's see. Wait a minute. Hold on 1 second. Got to do the poll. Wouldn't be right if we didn't do the poll. Okay, here we go.
This is my salary from
Finally. Hold on, give me a second. And they're saying DNA test. Man, you can't tell me about no DNA test. That's the same thing I was telling. First of all, anybody telling you that they can find out where they're from is a DNA test is they're lying to you. Lying to you. You know what DNA test is? It takes just your sequence and it compares it to where people living at that share that sequence, right? The only thing about it is all these places are mixed up right now. None of these places, they're not the original people here in America right now. There ain't no DNA that can tell you're American. And look, this type of shit I done did my research on. Had I not, I'd tell you I did my research. I done did my research on that shit. But once again, I'm not offended by where you are from. You're not from Africa. You're not from Africa. That's you. I don't see how you're trying to tell me where I'm from, though. Like, we've already done enough of that. Like, you got white people trying to tell people where they from. They don't want you to know where you're from. I respect where you say you're from. Is Donald Trump a friend to the community? Let's put this poll up. All right. And these kind of conversations need to be had, especially about identity and all that. These kind of I probably shouldn't have did this on vertical stream. There's gonna be a lot of people that ain't got nothing to do with this conversation. Like that white bitch that came in here. It's a lot of people that they got nothing to do with this conversation voting, but it is what it is. It is what it is. I don't think I can ever have any of these streams on some old non-subscriber mode shit. Like, and I do want to branch out my page. I do. I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all some time to vote. I do want to branch out my page. I do, but yeah, I'm just going. I'm gonna have to have all kind of filters on here because it's like I can't do no live streams. I can't branch out without them coming on here. They do it to other people. I've watched other people, but they don't do it like how they do it on my page. Not to that degree. I mean, they're dedicated on my page. These people will sit here and wait 10 minutes. I got subscriber mode on here, 10, 15 minutes, I believe. They're willing to wait 15 minutes just to come on here and mention something about my hair. And as much as I don't care, y'all all that's been following me for a while, I know y'all get tired of seeing that shit. I know y'all get tired. I'm a very patient man, a very patient man. I'm tired of seeing the comments. So I know y'all got to be real tired of seeing this shit. So it's like, yeah, I'm going to have to cut down the live streams. And I am going to do that. I'm not going to do as many live streams after this election. I'm going to cut them down. A few of them a month I'll do. Got to cut them down. But for me to grow, it's like, yeah, I have to cut down the live streams, man. People come on here and talk crazy. What's up with you, Top Shots? Yeah, we up late with it. I'm not even supposed to be up this late. Okay, you got foundational Black Hebrew Israelite American. We're getting close. Eventually, we're going to come up with a new acronym. We're trying to come up with a new acronym. We got foundational Black American, and we got American descendant of slavery. American descendant of slavery is far left. Foundational Black Americans is far right. We need one that's in the middle, right? And that is not willing to do business with people that hate us and hate our community. We need one that's right in the middle. That's not trademarked and is not really owned by anybody. Anybody can use it and it's not under, like, all these groups are owned by people and they're corporations. And like, yeah, these groups only go as far as their leader go, you know. Thug. This man said thug. Like somebody couldn't. You got to do better than that, Pete Morton. He's a thug. That's crazy. Let me see if there's anything else of Trump I can play. Let's say, let me see if there's any. I'm gonna see if I can play something positive about Trump. I know why y'all voting. I can play this positive about Trump. Let's see. I'll play this about Trump. Trump. Let me see. I don't even know if I could play that because I see Charles Barkley on there. Well, actually, I don't know. I actually don't know how Charles Barkley feels like this about this. He on CNN, then he probably ain't for Trump, but he's still a house Negro. I'll just do the media. That's a good one for him. Because that's actually who helped make Trump more powerful was the media. It's the media. They made him more powerful by messing his words up. They even made me listen to him. They actually made him more powerful. So I'll play this.
You're just a lightweight. Don't talk to me that way. Don't talk. I'm the president of the United States. Don't ever talk to the president that way. Go ahead, take the. Well, I'll give you voters. I will give you voter suppression. You just have to sit down, please. Sit down. I didn't call you. I didn't call you. I didn't call you. Okay, question? Yeah, go ahead. Sure. She's shocked that I picked her.
No.
She's like in a state of shock.
I'm not thinking, Mr.
That's
President.
okay. I know you're not thinking. You never do.
I'm sorry?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. How many cases were in the United States when I did my ban? How many people had died in the United States?
So do you acknowledge that you didn't think
Keep your
it was
voice down,
going to
please.
spread?
Keep your voice down.
Do you want him to rein in Robert Mueller?
What a stupid question that is. What a stupid question. But I watch you a lot. You ask a lot of stupid questions.
You didn't let me ask my question.
You've been asking a question for 10
No, you
minutes. So
interrupted
please
my
sit down.
question. The argument is that you bought yourself some time and you didn't use it to prepare hospitals. You didn't use it to ramp up testing. Right
You're
now,
so
nearly 20 million people are
disgraceful.
unemployed.
It's so disgraceful the way you say that. Look. You know you're a fake. You know that your whole network, the way you cover it, is fake. And most of you, and not all of you, but the people are wise to you. That's why you have a lower approval rating than you've ever had before, times probably 3.
What do you say the Americans were scared, though? I guess nearly 200 dead, 14,000 who are sick, millions, as you witnessed, who are scared right now. What do you say to Americans who are watching you right now who are scared?
I say that you're a terrible reporter. That's what I say. Go ahead.
You've said repeatedly that you think that some of the equipment that governors are requesting, they don't actually need. You said New York might not need 30,000. You said it on Sean Hannity's Fox News. You said
You know,
that
why don't you people act? Let me ask you.
You said
why
some
don't you
state-
act? Why don't you act in a little more positive? It's always trying to
My
get
question to you is-
get you. And you know what? That's why nobody trusts the media anymore.
My
That's
question
why
to you is,
people-
how is that gonna
Excuse
impact?
me, you didn't hear me. That's why you used to work for the Times and now you work for somebody else. Look, let me tell you something. Be nice. Don't
Mr.
be
President, my
threatening.
question
Don't be
is-
threatening. Let's give it a shot.
Governor Cuomo, as you played in that clip, has indeed praised a lot of what the federal government has done, but
No, excuse me. He didn't say a lot. He said we did a phenomenal job. He didn't say a lot. He didn't say you did a good job on ventilators, but nothing else. No, he said we did a phenomenal job. So report accurately, because you are one of the most inaccurate reporters. Those people have been just absolutely excoriated by some of the fake news, like you, your CNN, your fake news. And let me just tell you, they were excoriated by people like you that don't know any better, because you don't have the brains you were born with.
Sir, why are you saying that to me specifically?
I'm
That I
telling
should
you,
ask
I'm not
China?
saying it specifically to anybody. I'm saying it to anybody that would ask a nasty question
That's
like that.
not a nasty
Please
question.
go ahead.
Why does it matter? When
Okay.
Hey, I'm not even gonna lie, man. I miss these moments in the White House. This is roasting. You ain't gonna never see a president roast like this. You ain't gonna never see. But once again, it's like a marriage. That's the bad part about it. It's yo. I know he talked to the Asian. That was cold. That was cold. He talked to that Asian like that. And see, here's another thing that the Democrats did that was funny. They knew he had a problem with off-brand, with people that weren't white. So they were constantly like having like reporters that really didn't have a good career before him. This is the truth. They really didn't fuck with him. They really didn't get that much of good grounding before he came up there, and they all got promotions to be put in front of his face because they knew he was going to have a hard time with people that wasn't just straight up white and Republican. So they were trying. So it was setups and all that, but still, man, that shouldn't be shit that you should be able to be set up on. That's just real. But oh my God, that shit with that Asian. He said she tried to set him up, but it was good. She was like, "Well, why you got to say that to me? To me in particular."
A lot. He didn't say you did a good job on ventilators, but nothing else. No, he said we did a phenomenal job. So report accurately, because you are one of the most inaccurate reporters. Those people have been just absolutely excoriated by some of the fake news, like you, your CNN, your fake news. And let me just tell you, they were excoriated by people like you that don't know any better, because you don't have the brains you were born with.
Sir, why are you saying that to me specifically?
I'm
That I
telling
should
you,
ask
I'm not
China?
saying it specifically to anybody. I'm saying it to anybody.
Specifically?
I'm
that I
telling
should
you,
ask
I'm not
China?
saying it specifically to anybody. I'm saying.
Now see, look. There's really nothing wrong with it, but they trying to set him up. He said, you should ask China. He could have said that to me. He could have said that to anybody. But because she was Asian, she tried to like turn that into something. When really he probably do got a problem. He do have a problem with them folks in the whole COVID shit, but that wasn't what he was trying to do with her. And that's how he got a lot of people on his side. But then again, what really, he think that everybody, all this shit is bots and they're not bots. He himself lost that last election on how he handled COVID. If he didn't handle COVID the way he did, I don't think he would have lost. If he would have handled COVID better, we might not have had to lock down as fast as long as we did. What was it, a year and a half, almost 2-year lockdown? I remember that like it was yesterday. They told him in January he should have locked it down. That's when he was talking. Other countries started locking it down in January. As much as the bullshit he was talking about China, they told him stop letting flights come over here from China. He let it go. He let it go. So that was one thing he definitely did. He didn't know what the fuck he was doing. And that lets you know, if you happen to have any type of biological catastrophe under this man, we are cooked. We're cooked.
Saying it to anybody that would ask a nasty question
That's
like that.
not a nasty
Please
question.
go ahead.
Why does it matter?
Okay. Anybody else? Please go ahead in the back, please.
I have two questions.
No, it's okay.
But
We'll
you
go over
pointed
here.
to me. I have two questions, Mr.
Next,
President.
next.
That was hilarious. He did point to her. And he said, no.
It's not a nasty
Please
question.
go ahead.
Why does it matter?
Okay. Anybody else? Please go ahead in the back, please.
I have two
No,
questions.
it's okay.
But
We'll
you
go over
pointed
here.
to me.
That is hilarious. That is hilarious, man. That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
I have two questions, Mr.
Next,
President.
next, please.
But you called on me.
I did, and you didn't respond, and now I'm calling on
Sorry, I just
the
wanted
young lady in the back, please.
I just wanted to let my colleague
Okay.
finish. But can I ask you a
Ladies
question,
and gentlemen, thank you very much. Appreciate
But
it.
you called
Thank you very much.
Hey, Top Shot. See, this is what the problem is, right? A lot of these countries, their economy flopped. It's something that had to happen under COVID, right? Now, the reason by him not doing that, you're paying for it now. Y'all got to pay for it. Look, I ain't dealing with what y'all dealing with. I'm going to be dealing with it very soon. Y'all the ones telling me shit done doubled in these last 2 years, damn near. Y'all the ones that told me this. That's because he didn't let the economy tank. And they doubled. He could have definitely told the feds, yo, don't do this. Could have definitely told. He was asking them to do it. He didn't want his economy to fall. We were all stuck in the house. The stock market in front of our faces doubled. And everything was closed. GameStop quadrupled. And nobody was going to GameStop. AMC quadrupled. No one was going to the movies. Now you're paying for it right now. And you hardly hear his name mentioned for that. You know what you hear? Biden. Just being real with you. Some of y'all think I got to keep saying this to y'all because y'all just don't get it. I'm not voting for either one of these people. I've already lost the elections. I don't have no dog in this race. That's why I'm the perfect person to talk about the truth. That inflation shit that y'all be putting on Biden, that really started in Trump. It did. I hate to tell y'all that. That started in Trump. Trump was, he actually ducked a bullet not winning that next election because whoever was going to be president was going to have to deal with that inflation because they doubled the stock market while everything was shut. And I'm going to end it on that. Let me see. Hold on. Where we at? You know what? This is perfect. It's perfect. I don't think I'm gonna end it right here. I think this is the best way to end it anyway. Because this is not the turnout that I wanted on this live stream. It's my fault. I'm in a different time zone than y'all. Who's doing a live stream at 4:00 in the morning, East Coast time? It's stupid on me. It's stupid on me. So I'm gonna do Kamala Harris during a more prime time. I'm gonna do Kamala Harris. But right now these polls ended 50-50. Hold on. That's crazy. But whatever the case may be, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and let's do this again tomorrow. Well, anyway, how we like to end our videos over at Moxy Approved, right? with that water. I'll see y'all here next time on Moxy Approved.
What's up with y'all? Moxy approved, tune in and get what I got. You hearing me right off the block. Timberland boots with the socks, right off the stage. Laugh it up, I got the Mox, keeping it real on my pop. Gotta subscribe, like it, believe it, it's hot. Moxy the mob with it, I'm going live, let them vibe with it. Grew up with y'all, guess I'm like stuck with y'all. Yeah, what's up with y'all? Grew up with y'all, guess I'm like stuck with y'all. Yeah, what's up with y'all? Grew up with y'all, guess I'm like stuck with y'all. Yeah, what's up with y'all? We up, no fall. Stay away to heaven, no calls. Hard on these trolls like pause. Moxy the mob. I got the best subscribers, you witness. Moxy the mob. They showing up for the mob about our business. Moxy the mob. Yeah, I got the best subscribers in the business. Moxy the mob. They showing up the mob about our business. Moxy Approved. Moxy Approved. Moxy Approved.